It's well composed. And I like the sand grains in the front and at the base of the plants being in focus. I'm not sure if it wouldn't have improved if the sand grains in the back were also in focus, but the maker would have to look at that and reconsider that. But it's an interesting image in its simplicity.
Can you leave it up for a second? I think it would make a stronger image if either everything was in the tack sharp focus as you have in the foreground, or if it was tack sharp in the foreground and completely blurred out in the background. But it's just enough in focus in the background that it detracts from the overall image, I think. Either blur it all out or make it all sharp.
Snowstorm reflections. (22)
I like this as a black and white image. This, obviously there's not much color there, even if you had it as a color image, but the leading line of the tree that comes down to the bottom of the picture, it takes you over to the base of the reflection of the tree, over to the real tree itself, which pulls you back in, and you follow that creek down through there underneath the bridge. I think it's a very nice image and very well put together.
Is it, look, can we go back, Patty, please, for a second? Is there detail in that white area on the right? I can't tell from back here.
It looks overexposed, blown out.
Patty, that's my photo, and I hate to say it, but on my computer that is not all blown out, unfortunately.
Yeah, it doesn't look that way on the computer either.
We have
I mean,
a
it
hard
looks-
time with whites.
Yeah, it's too bad
Ongoing
that
problem.
you almost have to drop everything by 2/3 of a stop or so in order to get it to look right. That's so different than what it was on my computer.
Thanks, John.
That Walnut Creek?
That's Cascade.
That's good.
Go ahead, Patty.
Exquisite weed. (22)
Another high key image. There's painterly look. It's got some interesting lines. As an abstract, it works. It's not anything where your eye lands and stops. It's a kind of a photograph that leads your eye around and around again. For that reason, it's good. Lack of contrast may hurt it a little bit. It's almost all the same tone.
Waiting on the corner. (20)
Good composition. Perhaps could have been cropped more at the bottom. Make the bird a little larger in the photo. The water itself, perhaps the highlights could be toned down a little bit. The bird looks to be in focus, the head looks to be in focus, but it also looks to be a little bit too bright. Again, I'm not sure if it's an artifact of the projector or not, but good photo, nice photo. I'm not sure if on the back of the bird if that's supposed to be there or if that's part of there's a little brown spot up above.
It's part of the wing.
Part of the wing?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
3 ladies. (21)
It's a nice composition, well balanced. The sepia tone sets the mood, makes it sort of austere and elegant at the same time. I think it could have been a little sharper, but I think it's a nice image.
Highway 21. $18.
That's not right.
That's not
Let's
right.
rescore that too. Yeah.
We need to try that
Can we
again.
rescore that again?
Do we want to rescore that again?
Yes.
Yes.
Go right ahead. 25.
It gives you the sense of the expanse and the location, and I like that the telephone lines were left in. Everybody always tries to take them out. The gate on the fence in the lower left-hand corner is a very attractive feature. I like the emptiness of it to the right-hand side. The sky is gorgeous. There's so much texture and detail in it. The snow in the mountains is well exposed, even with this projector and screen. Great off-balance composition. Textures are wonderful. Very interesting shot. Very nice.
Capri Sunset. $21.
Quite an interesting photo in that it has a number of reflections there, some layers, and then your eye moves out to the island in the background in the sea. It's an interesting photo, perhaps a little cropping on the left to get that little curl off of that other tree out of there would have helped. The lighting's good. I think the composition is good and good colors with the sun rising or setting on the left.
Bluebirds of Happiness. $26.
Well, the birds are sharply in focus. The eyes both have catch lights in them. The sumac and the whatever the big flower is are clear and crisp. The background is beautifully muted, so your eyes are drawn immediately to the subjects and to the colorful thing. I think the sumac is almost overpowers the birds, which is unfortunate, but the birds are beautifully done. It's just a very, very nice photograph.
Frosting. $23.
Unique, abstract, striking, white against the black background. I don't know at least the width of the white border, maybe a little less border, maybe no border at all, I don't know, but probably a little bit of border is a good thing in the shot. The one thing I'm struck with is all the visual weight is on the top of the frame. The black is and feels heavy when you look at it, and the white is light, and it's upside down from what you normally look for in an image or in any scene in nature. So it's different that way.
Lakes of Sky. $27.
Beautiful colors, composition is good. It's got the appropriate foreground, midground, background, just a beautiful photo. Not a whole lot that I would change on that. It looks like it has had a filter involved in the post-processing. I would be interested, whoever the maker is, if they're here to tell us if it was.
There's a little bit of topaz glow, very, very low opacity, but there's topaz glow on it.
Okay, thanks.
It's an interesting crop too. Just a touch square, not too big.
Nature's Bouquet. $20.
The purple pansies in the center are obviously the subject, surrounded by the other colors. I don't know what that black thing is in the back behind that tall grass or whatever that palm is there, but I think that detracts, it draws your eye up to that sort of hole in the image. If it could have been shot from a different angle, it might have worked a little bit better. It's nicely exposed and appropriately sharp. But the foreground has got that block of something coming in from the bottom, and maybe if you had just focused in on the pansies and done it in a different format, it might have worked. But that black thing in the background, I think detracts from it.
Through the Glass. $22.
It's an interesting perspective. I think it might be a little bit busy on the bottom. There's a lot going on there that isn't a strong or compelling part of the composition. Eyes want to go up and be lifted up into the ceiling and the vaults through the frame of the window, and I think the bottom might take away a little from that. Interesting perspective, nice shot.
Shoe Shine Break Time. $21.
This is a good street shot. It tells a story. Colors are good. Focus is good. Composition is interesting. We have a good idea what's going on, and it's a really neat shot.
We have to go back and do that
Yeah,
dandelion.
let's see if we
one
can
yet.
find that.
It was supposed to be getting called dandelion.
It was dandelion.
It's the white one, the
Right there,
next
the-
one.
yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
This one?
Yeah.
That one right there.
Just doesn't come up.
Bizarre.
Okay. Patty, what do we have? What- Maybe the maker can submit it next time? too?
Yeah, I mean, it's in general, so we can get it submitted next time, because there's no way for you to show that.
Is the maker here?
Can't just hit the big expand on the corner there?
This one here,
Yeah, would that work?
I don't know.
No?
No, it just doesn't want to do it.
Maybe
It's
it-
really strange.
something
I'm gonna have
happened
to
when
do
it got-
some investigating and find
Yeah.
out how that was put in.
We can see the maker when we review them.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I can go back and look at it.
Well, we're-
that responsibility.
I got the microphone.
It was a bad picture anyway.
Whose picture is that?
Okay, now
I
this,
mean like bad picture, bad.
No, that's very, we've never had that happen before, so that's really strange.
yeah, that is very
Really
strange.
Usually people will say the picture just never was in. It was like, no, it never was in. I don't know where it went. It disappeared.
I am not,
Okay, Patty, how you doing there, girl?
well, it's supposed to come up as, in their, each category. I have it set to display the titles, display authors by ascending order, and not to combine the levels. We don't want them combined.
Right?
Well, it's combining them.
Well, that's interesting.
See, it combined them.
Yes.
Wow. I think we have bugs here and here. This is very frustrating.
Is that all the images you need? For all the
Yeah,
categories?
yeah.
We could do it that way, couldn't we?
No, because there's no way for us to know which thing it was.
No.
I'll put out an email. How's that sound?
You're just doing this to make me feel better since I goofed up tonight, too.
Let me just try, see if it'll do this. By descending scores. That's how I had it set originally, but it makes you save every time you change it. That's the other thing I hate. Okay, review.
You just need to send an email to them
Yeah.
and give them your input because they want input from this. So we must be somewhere.
We don't know what group we're in.
We don't know what group
It didn't, it still combined them.
I was wondering, I didn't think you were.
I don't know.
At least we see what all our 27s are, we can go
I
and
didn't
see
think
what...
you would have done that.
No.
'cause that
Well, I
doesn't
just
make
want to
any
say
sense.
everybody that
That's
did really
distracting.
well, it's very
I
good.
agree.
Yeah.
Before we adjourn, let's do the 50/50.
Oh, we need 50/50.
Does anybody have any questions about any of the images that were shown tonight that you have something you'd like to ask the maker or anything like that?
Where is Highway 21?
Where is Highway 21?
It's in Idaho.
In Idaho, she says.
Very nice. I like that.
You were speaking about the board meeting.
Yes.
Are they going to consider at all going to a, like a television instead of the projection?
We have talked about that, but it would be expensive for us to all of a sudden just get rid of everything that we've got and go to a large screen TV. Plus, we have to take into consideration that we do not own this building. We'd have to get an okay from those that be that to allow us to do that. Somebody want to turn the lights on, please?
Oh, she's got it.
Oh, she's got it? You got it?
No, it's not showing
It's just not
them.
gonna do it. Go ahead and turn the lights on. I'll
did
send
it.
out an email.
Patty's fault.
So that is an issue. We weren't doing too bad with this projector, and then we had that one speaker came in and he played with this projector to do his images, and it hasn't been quite right since. So I think we need to spend a little time on that. Okay?
Because
You want to pull a number?
they don't have to be, that television wouldn't have to be permanently mounted. They're fairly,
Bringing it back and forth? And it has to be big enough to
No, no.
go back and see.
in the
The number for the number is 303. It's
Together.
472-303.
Yeah.
It's the 50/50. 303. Oh, there we go.
I'm on your side, I agree, that needs to happen.
302.
Yeah. I don't submit
But, you know,
sometimes
in the
because
first
of
place,
it.
the prices of them are coming down. And they don't weigh that much, and they could be stored in that room.
Well, if they're big enough for everybody to see, though, it would have to be really big. I think we could do a fundraiser with cabin.
Not that big, really. I mean, you know, if you're talking like a 50 to a 60-inch TV, this would be plenty big enough, because it doesn't have to
I've
be
seen
that
it
big.
before.
The pictures that
I'm not sure.
you're showing.
Wondering where that is.
Gonna reside.
Pardon me?
The problem is, where's the TV gonna reside? So we can't, we might not be able to leave it here.
You could store it
What's that?
You could store it right there.
We had like cabinet.
Wait.
Wait.
Oh.
She wanted to look at the projector. With the lights up.
I just wanna see if we can like.
Well, the other thing is